Hey guys, this is sort of a casual, more speculative ramble video. However, earlier today I was prompted to make this video by the image you all see on screen. Now, I don't really know how many of you follow Phil Heath on Instagram, but here you can see a glimpse of his quads and they look absolutely massive and cut. For a while now, Phil has been posting more and more training and bodybuilding related posts, along with a lot of sneak peeks and looks at his current physique. This got me thinking, can Phil Heath make a successful comeback, and should he make a comeback in the 2025 season? First off, I want to talk a bit on why I think Phil could make a comeback. He stated on many occasions, and specifically on a podcast with Bradley Martin, that he could easily make a comeback.
You think you could still compete now?
Yeah, I could, but
Like Olympia level?
yeah,
God damn.
easily.
Now, I would definitely agree with him on that. There's no doubt that he has the genetics and the work ethic to pack on an additional 10 pounds of lean tissue and dial in the conditioning if he really wanted. I mean, take a look at his physique right now in some of these updates he's given us, and tell me he doesn't look fuller, rounder, and more defined than in the previous years. Areas that many suggest deteriorate with age, namely the quads and arms, were always strong points for Phil and are still very, very dominant. Even his back looks stellar, having great development as always and zero signs of atrophy. Now, the main point of criticism being his midsection might have gotten thicker due to higher body fat percentages and of course age. However, in some pictures it does look decent and arguably a bit better than at his 2020 comeback. We've seen some potential work on a vacuum as well, which could be a game changer in the frontal poses if he were to make a comeback. The second thing I want to say is that we've already seen him make a comeback in 2020, which, all things considered, was relatively successful. I mean, you had the pandemic and all the uncertainty surrounding that, he suffered that hernia and all the surgeries that must have impacted his mental strength, and he basically had to rebuild from the ground up. I love Phil Heath as much as any fan would, however, I've got to say that his comeback wasn't really the best from a bodybuilding criteria perspective. He was downsized in the back, his conditioning wasn't ultra dry, and he lacked that pop and the sting in certain areas. The biggest weakness and issue was obviously the midsection, which did look worse than in 2018, and I think this is what really threw everything off. Now, was it successful for him? I'd say so, but from a bodybuilding perspective, he definitely could have been better. Now for the crux of my argument and conversation, can Phil and should Phil make a return? In short, he could, but he shouldn't. While he's hinted at this through Instagram captions and comments, and on podcasts and interviews, in his latest documentary he clearly stated that you would never see him on a bodybuilding stage again. I'm not sure if that part was filmed after the 2020 Olympia, or if it was something post-filming. However, things can change, and people's goals can shift. Phil might have something inside of him that longs for the comeback and the adrenaline rush of competing for that elusive number 8, however, I do believe it would be fruitless. While there's no denying that he could easily be a top competitor even today, his midsection problems can't significantly improve in my opinion, although the implementation of a vacuum would help a lot. Also, for the sake of his health and longevity, along with his legacy, it really wouldn't make logical sense to make a comeback. What I would like to see, and I'm sure many of you would agree on, would be to see Phil do a physique transformation of sorts, something like what Jay Cutler did last year. He could really focus on dialing in his physique like old times, but not necessarily to push the size or the PEDs. Maybe hopping on stage and doing a guest posing, or simply taking off his shirt could give new fans the chance to see a ripped and shredded Phil, and, older longtime fans a chance to see the champ still working hard. Overall, the idea of Phil coming back is a dream for me as a fan, but the chances of it happening are super slim. Yes, he could easily be dominant if he pushed full throttle, however, that would be illogical due to his age and could worsen his health. Guys, let me know in the comments if you think Phil could and should make a comeback in 2025, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.